the age of adolescence lesson, there is a topic called how is the sex of the baby is determined. So in your reproduction lesson, sexual reproduction, asexual reproduction, reproduction in animals chapter, so sexual reproduction topic is deleted or skipped, but we are studying how is the sex of the baby is determined. So when a child will born, it is a boy or a girl. So how we can determine? So whether anything, that is especially any structure is determine the sex of a child, whether it is a boy or a girl. So now, how is the sex of the baby is determined? We know that we have studied already. So in our previous class, so that is about nucleus. So in each cell, so cell consists of many cell organelles including nucleus. So a very important structure in animal cell and also in plant cell, but in animal cell, if we take nucleus, it is spherical in structure. So what you observed already you have learnt in nucleus, a thread-like structure. A thread-like structure. So there is a thread-like structure, nucleolus, nucleopore, etc. So these thread-like structure. So these thread-like structure, what is that thread-like structures are called? Chromatin and network. So these chromatin, so each one if you take, so these chromatin, chromosomes, so chromosomes with the centromere. So chromatin and network-like structures, simply we can say a thread-like structure appears inside the nucleus is called chromosomes. Chromatin, each chromosome. In each chromosome, in a human being, as it is a human being, maybe a boy or a girl, consists of 23 pairs of chromosomes. How many pairs? 23 pairs of chromosomes. 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 23 pairs of chromosome, totally 46 in number. 23 pairs of chromosome, in that 46, total is 46 in boy or in a girl. Now, out of 23 pairs, each activity in our body will be controlled by a hereditary unit. Its chromosomes consist of a DNA and the gene, etc. Each will decide our hereditary character. So now, out of 23, 22 pairs are the other activities. So out of 23, 22 pairs are for the other activities, but one pair, that is mean for sex chromosome. So the name given sex chromosome. So this is given in your topic to know about ourselves in certain age, like reaching the age of an adolescence. Do not to take another meaning. Here one pair is meant for, and it includes or it will involve in a sexual reproduction to give birth to the young ones. In that that is called the sex chromosome. That is one pair meant for the sex chromosome. Okay. In boys, as I said, we didn't learn sexual reproduction, but we know that male sexual cell is called the sperm. It's not a color, just for the identification I am drawing. So with head and with thyroid structure, this is nothing but the sperm. One pair. So in that, so especially in boys, it is called the sperm. So one is X, another is Y chromosome. So especially in male, the parent consists of X and Y. That is especially our father consists includes it possesses X and Y chromosome. Keep in your mind X, Y meaning male. A male parent, our father with a sex chromosome that is called XY. When it combines during sexual contact, when X combines especially this is in male. This is in male XY chromosome. So here it is, not XY, here XY, a sperm with carries X chromosome, sperm with carries Y chromosome. Now what will happen? In girls, so the sperm will flow and it is moving and it is called motile. So after sexual contact, this X combines with X from a girl or from a female. So here I can give the name female. A father with XY chromosome, a female, a mother with X chromosome, and also the girl is having always 2X chromosome. Keep in your mind, the father, boy consists of XY chromosome. Here, a mother consists of, or a female consists of X chromosome. Similar kind of chromosome, identical. XX is identical, but X is larger here, Y is shorter. Now, so when X is combined with X combined with X, so here, so they give birth to M. So when I'll draw here to identify this chromosome, that is X chromosome combines with X chromosome, that child will be born as girl. So here both XX, the child will get XX chromosome. If Y combines with X, Y combines with X, so both, here it is XY chromosome, that child will be called offspring boy child. Again I will repeat. So sex determination. How is the sex of the baby determined? Who is determining a sex of a child? Like boy or a girl, father with the sex chromosome X and Y determine the sex of a child. First, in a cell, in an animal cell. So we are multicellular organisms. In our cell, there is a structure called nucleus. So in the cell, in many cells, the nucleus is present. Nucleus consists of a thread-like structure called chromosomes, chromatin, a network. So these chromosomes, maybe you have studied already. So these chromosomes, it is called chromatin. This chromatin, it is called chromosome. And then if you still it is consists of a double helix called DNA. A segment of a DNA is called the gene. Gene is responsible for hereditary structure and it will flow to a child. For example, height of a child, color of the eye, or maybe some of the genetical disease also 1% or 2% it will flow to a child, etc. So that is called the segment of a DNA is called the gene. Gene is responsible to carry that structure to parent to the offspring. Now in 23 pairs, normally 23 pairs of chromosome, the 22 pairs is meant for other activities, one pair is meant for sex chromosome. It is called the sex chromosome. So in boy or in male, there is a chromosome X and Y. X and Y. In female, that is called the X and X. When X combined with X, the child will born girl. So when X is combined with Y, XY boy child. Then who is responsible? Sometimes we'll blame a mother who is giving birth to a girl child. So she is responsible. No, here a father with the chromosome X, then the child will be a girl. If the father carries a Y chromosome combines with X, then the child will born as boy. So this is called the sex determination. How is the sex of a baby is determined. Now it is banned to identify the fetus, whether it is a boy or a girl, but we must know. So that is the reason to think ourselves, to protect ourselves, to know ourselves. These topics are given in the early age itself or in our syllabus. The reason, if we know, so that's why, so we can protect ourselves or we can know ourselves little more than, so what we think sometimes may the result everything. So that's why it is given to give a little more knowledge about to know ourselves. So that is the reason. So that is the topic we are studying now. How is the sex of the baby determined? Reaching the age of adolescence. So what are the content or what are the chemical substance? All these will flow. So like this, if you are saying diagrammatically, so whether I can know just the hormones or the chemicals is responsible to bring changes in my body from the birth till the certain age. All the hormones will develop, especially in this age. So different types of the hormones, including some of the sex hormones also. Sex chromosomes also is there. So some are meant for the other activity, some especially the sex chromosomes to determine the child, human being, etc. So let us study now role of the hormone in silk moth and frog. Let us study now role of hormones in completing the history of insects and frog. So first we will study about the insects. So where it undergoes different processes. For example, to give birth to young ones, to give offsprings, there are different ways in different organisms. For example, in insects and frog, there are two methods are there. So they change from the egg to the larva, pupa, so developed moth and adult, from the adult again. So this process or continuous cycle, it is called metamorphosis. So a change from an egg, from larva to an adult stage is called a metamorphosis. The developmental stage from the larva to the adult. So tadpole to the adult frog, that is also metamorphosis in frog. So what is the process? You have studied already. So in your previous class, that is in 7th standard. So what is the process? How you are getting, how you will produce or synthesize silk from silkworm or synthetically, etc. So we are not studying that one. So we are studying role of hormones in completing the history of insects and frogs. So role of hormones in our body we have studied. That is, and role of hormones in human being. So that is in the portion of the brain, base of the brain. Which hormone is present? The hormone which is present are secreting through a gland called pituitary gland. Pituitary gland secretes an hormone called growth hormone or somatotrophic hormone, where it is meant for the total growth of the and development of the body. And it controls so all the hormones including TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, parathormone, and then from the parathyroid gland, then adrenaline hormone from the adrenaline, vasopressin, oxytocin, luteinizing hormone, follicle stimulating hormone. These all will be controlled by and gonad, all is controlled by pituitary. That's why pituitary gland is called master gland or orchestral gland. Then, so near our throat region, there is a butterfly-like structure. It only looks like a structure. So, pink or red in color. So, this one, it is indication, that is called the thyroid gland, secretes an hormone called thyroxine, TSH short form. So, thyroxine constitute. So, the two chemicals are two halogens, that is nothing but amino acid and iodine. So, thyroxine is producing, so especially iodine. So, to balance, what it will control? It will control all our metabolic activity. All metabolic activity, physically, mental development, everything will be controlled by thyroxine. If it is more, if it is less, what will happen? We have studied already. Next, a gland inside another gland. So one is called especially the gland parathyroid gland. This parathyroid gland produces a hormone called parathormone. So it will control the calcium salt in our blood and bone. So if it is more and less, that also we have studied. Next one, adrenaline emergency hormone or 3F hormone. Fight, fright and flight. Whenever we are in anxiety, stress or anything. So suddenly, so in emergency in our body, so it will face the emergency situation through, so a hormone called adrenaline. There are 3 hormones are there in your higher section, you are going to study. But now at present we are studying only adrenaline. It's an emergency hormone. So it will regulate the heartbeat, especially the oxygen level in our body. That is an adrenaline. Next, after that we have studied pancreatic gland. In that pancreas there is an islets of Langerhans. ISLETS. Islets of Langerhans secretes insulin. So it will balance my glucose in my body. So that is called islets of Langerhans. Next we have studied related to our chapter reaching the age of adolescence. In our adolescence, what are the changes which takes place? So gonad secreting the 2. One is called testis in male. So testis will produce testosterone. Secondary sexual characters in boys and estrogen in girls. It is also mean for secondary sexual characters in female. So this is related human being. Now whether the hormone is required to some insects or frog, etc. So in your topic given only 2. So that's why we are studying only 2. So we have studied already the silkworm. So it's very important, a silkworm to produce the silk, the costly one. So here it's a natural fiber. Role of hormones in completing history of insects. Whether the hormone is essential. Yes, insects hormone is essential to go through or to pass different life stages in the life cycle of the insects. So we are taking now silk moth. Silk moth or silkworm. So first, when a female silk moth lay eggs, for example, I draw a rough diagram. Observe carefully. So imagine the silk. So this is a female silk moth. So it will lay the eggs. The first stage, it will lay the eggs. So here, they lay the eggs. Go through it. First, they lay the eggs on the leaf surface. They lay the eggs on the leaf surface. Many eggs will be there. So these are after 2 or 3 weeks. What will happen? So they will start to grow and there is a formation of structure called larva. So there is a structure called larva. So this is the structure where it includes some larval stage. So the second one, they lay the eggs. Female silk moth, they lay the eggs. The eggs will float and then so it will combine with the male gamete and then so there is a formation of larva. So these larva will convert into a structure called pupa. The first, they lay the egg, then eggs, then it will convert into a larva stage. In the larva stage, it converts into pupa stage where the pupa stage, so it will start to feed mulberry fields. Which food is essential in silk moth? As for silk moth, that is called mulberry leaves. So these mulberry leaves, when it will feed, for example, the size of the larva is very small. So after it will double in size, that is because of their feed on mulberry leaves, and then after that, so what will happen? It will start to weave them around its body. They will start to weave the fibers around its body. For example, think here, it's a larva. It is a larva. Now it is a pupa. So these pupa, so they start to weave a thread-like structure. So that is called the fiber around itself and forms a structure called cocoon. C-O-C-O-O-N, cocoon. A white in color, so hard in structure. So if you want to remove that one, So the outer covering, so we have to kill the organism. We are boiling in water, the different methods you are studied already. So one, rearing the silkworm, it is called sericulture. So here, so if you want silkworm, we are not studying that process. So if you want silk, then you are boiling, so you dry, and then you are allowing to open the structure. So the worm are in that, so it will come outside here. This one will be used as silk now. So this caterpillar stage, so when the pupa will weave a fiber-like structure, a thread-like structure around its body, this structure is called the cocoon. So now after that, after a few weeks, again, so it will develop, the moth will start from around that, so and again it will forms a new adult insect. That is nothing but the silk moth. So silk moth and silkworm and butterfly, etc. So all these includes, so the different stages: egg, larva, pupa, and then developed moth, and then next one is an adult. So that is in the silk moth, and again, so in different structures. So a caterpillar will change into a moth, or maybe the butterfly, etc. Or comes as the insects. So there will be an insect hormone to control. So that's why they are given role of hormones in completing the history. They require hormones to complete entire life cycle. So this cycle, it is called the silk moth. You have studied already the life cycle also and production of the silk from silkworm also. We are not studying now your production, but we are studying the life cycle. Next, one more step high we are going. So that is the next organism. So familiar organism, frog. Of frogs, we are going to study what is metamorphosis in frog, how it will develop into an young one, adult, etc. Let us study one by one.